Using Ujjayi style breath in your active child's pose, make some subtle adjustments if you need to. Physically, you should have your forehead in a position where the back of your neck feels long. You might need to move your chin a little bit away from your chest or slightly towards the chest. Find that space. You should have your inner upper thighs in contact with your low ribs. If you have a back issue or you're pregnant, definitely make sure you have this upper to lower body support. And just as you can make physical adjustments, you can also make mental and emotional adjustments. So if you need to make an adjustment in the way that you're thinking, or you've noticed that the way that you're feeling doesn't feel beneficial to you, then make an adjustment. You might meet with some resistance and find that strength within you. So that you can breathe in a way that is beneficial, so that you can feel and think in a way that is beneficial. And it is from this place that you set your intention. And once you set your intention, you release it to the universe with total trust and without any conditions. Those of you familiar with Ujjayi style breath, start to amp it up. It's a deep breath that not only can you feel it, you can actually hear it. And we're going to take 2 more breaths here. And at the bottom of your exhale, take the low belly in, up and back. On your next inhale, we're going to rise up onto all fours. Line up your knees underneath your hips. Line up your wrists underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers open super wide. You can choose to tuck your toes forward, or you can keep the tops of your feet down. Feel what's right for you at this moment. Take an inhale breath from your tail to your crown with a neutral spine. And on your exhale, tuck the tail and start rounding your back towards the sky. Chin will tuck last. On the inhale, lift from the chin and chest. Spine goes towards the mat. Tail will lift last. And on the exhale, tucking the tail, rounding in your back. This is called cat. And the inhalation is going to bring you into cow. And exhalation bringing you into cat. Moving into 8 more rounds of cat-cows. You can move your hips forward and back. You can make circular motions with your hips. You'll go in both directions an equal number of times. You can thread the needle where you take one arm underneath the other, opening up all through the hips, side body, shoulder, and the neck. And whatever you do on one side, you want to mirror and match it onto the other side in the same way for the same length of time. You may want to take your cows into modified upward facing dogs, or round your back so deeply into your cat that you drag up onto your fingertips. And we're just waking up and warming up the spine to our practice. If ever your mind starts to drift into the past or into the future, you start to daydream, you start planning, just ease your attention back into the moment by bringing your attention to your breath. It's a lot easier to say than it is to do. So make a conscious effort while you're doing your cat-cows to focus on your breathing. have the proper distance in your downward facing dog. And then walk out your dog, bending alternate knees, taking a little bit of hang time in each of your heels. You can lift one leg and drop the heel towards the opposite button. Open up your hips, roll the ankle out, go both directions. Both sides. You can turn your feet to the left, drop your hips down to the right, and vice versa. Go back and forth a couple of times. Hold that down dog. 2 more breaths. Now down dog is a position we come to many times throughout the sequence. It's a place to rest. It's a place to connect with your breath. It's a place to realign. If at any time you're tired, you're overwhelmed, you can come to down dog, or you can go to that active child's pose we started it. Okay, 1 more breath here. Straight legs, straight arms, low belly in, up and back. Look to the space between your hands and walk up to that space. Take your feet hip distance or wider and bend your knees pretty generously so that you can touch the floor easily. Back issues, pregnancy. Keep your hands on the ground for added support. Otherwise, grab opposite elbows, thumbs in the creases of the elbows, turning the head right and left in a no motion, nodding the head in a yes motion. Take your head around in little circles, go in both directions. Still your head, switch your grip, other forearms in front. Hips go side to side. Bending, alternate knees, hips left, torso right, and vice versa. Bring it center. Hang the arms like a rag doll. If you're injured in your back or you're pregnant, keep your feet hip distance, your knees bending. You'll walk your hands up your legs with bent knees. Otherwise, toe heel the feet, they come side by side. Engage the thighs, hit the thighs back, tuck the tail, and slowly round yourself up. When you're upright, take your shoulders down and back twice, and then come to the very top of your mat. Bring your toes, heels, and ankles to touch. Bring your hands to heart center. Connect with your breath, in and out evenly through the nose. We'll take the first 3 rounds of our sun salutation A's on the slower side, and then we'll speed it up from there. On the inhale, raise your arms upward towards the sky. This is Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands. Exhalation breath, bow forward. Uttanasana, forward bend. Take the left foot, step it back. Put your knee down, top of your foot down. Raise your arms up and back. This is called low lunge. Put your hands onto the mat, step it back, and lower down to the floor. Keep your hands where they are, tops of feet down. Inhalation, curl the chest up, Bhujangasana Cobra. And then tuck the toes, press up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana down dog. Take the left foot, step it forward. This is your low lunge. And come up to the top, forward bend. Rise up, take a tiny arch back, and on the exhalation, bow. Head is relaxed. Right foot goes back, knee down, low lunging. Hands go to the mat, step it back, lower down to the ground. Tops of feet down, inhalation, cobra. Tuck the toes, exhalation, down dog. Take the right foot, step it forward, low lunging. And coming up to forward fold. Rise up, arc it back, and bow it down. Left side, knee goes down, hands to the mat, lower to the ground. Inhalation for cobra and exhalation for your downward facing dog. Take your left foot, step it forward, coming into your low lunge, and come up to forward bend. Rise up, arc back, exhale, bow down. Right side, knee goes down. Hands to the mat, lower down to the ground. Inhalation for cobra and exhalation to down dog. Take the right foot, step it forward, low lunging. And coming up, let's forward fold. Take it up, take it back. Exhalation, bow. Left side, knee goes down. Hands to the mat, lower to the ground. Listen to the instruction. Take the hands wide and high on your fingertips. Curl it up, auspicious cobra. And then press back into downward facing dog. Take the left foot, step it forward, low lunge, and come up to forward bend. Rise up, arc back, exhalation, bow. Right side, knee goes down. Hands to the mat, lower to the floor, going wide and high on the fingertips. Curl it up, and exhalation, let's press it back. Right foot steps forward, low lunging, and coming up to forward fold. Rise up, arc back, exhalation, bowing down. Left side, knee goes down. One more round, just like that last one. Lower down to the ground. Take it wide and high onto your fingertips. And then exhalation, back into down dog. On your inhale, take your left foot forward, deepen your lunge, and come up to forward bend. Rise up, arc back, exhale, bow. Right side, knee goes down. Step it back, lower to the floor. Take it wide and high, curl it up, and exhale, press it back. Taking the right foot, stepping it forward, deepen your lunge. Come up, forward bend. Rise up and back, and bow. Left side, knee goes down. Step back, hold high push-up plank. Move your left hand and your left foot towards the center line of your mat. You're going to stack your left arm to your right, then coming into Vashisthasana. Holding here for 3, 2, high push-up plank. Now bend the elbows straight back. Inhalation, curl into up dog, and then press to down dog. The left foot comes forward, low lunging, come up and forward bend, rise up and arc back, and then bow. Taking the right foot back, knee is down, put the hands to the mat, step back, hold, high push-up plank. Right hand, right foot center, stack the feet, turn, opening into Vashisthasana, holding here. We have 3, 2, high push-up plank. Elbows go straight back, curl it up, press it back. Right foot comes up, low lunge, come up to forward bend, rise up and arc it back, exhalation, bow. Left side, knee goes down, step back, lower chaturanga. You can continue doing cobras if you prefer, up dogs to down dogs. Left foot will step forward, then come up to forward bend, rise up and back, and bow. Right side, knee goes down, step back, lower chaturanga, elbows in tight, curl it up, press it back. Come up with the right, deep forward bend at the top, rise up and back, and bow. Left side, knee goes down. Last round of sun salutation A. Lowering chaturanga, curling it up and back. Left foot comes forward. Forward bend at the top. Keep breathing through the nose. Rise, bow. Right side, last side. Lower, Curl it up. Press it back. Come up with the right. And at the top, hold your forward fold. Take your feet hip distance or wider. Bend your knees generously. Use your hands pressing down to pull your shoulders back away from the ground. If you want to take a variation, you can interlace. You can step on your palms. You can scoop up your heels. You should do something that feels really very good to your body at this moment. Take a little weight forward towards the toes. Hips are over ankle bones. Taking one more breath here. If you chose to take a variation, make sure it's something that is working for you. And then release your variations. Then toe, heel, your feet together. Bend your knees and sit down into an imaginary chair. And this is called Utkatasana. When you sit in your chair, your knees should be squeezing together. Your lower belly is pulled in, up, and back. You can sit down and sit back and sit lower. Take one more breath. And then shoot it up. And on the exhale, bow forward. Look up halfway now. And then step or jump back. Step back if you're newer. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take your left foot, step it forward for warrior one. Hold your pose. Now warrior one, the knee is bending at 90 degrees. The chest is facing forward. Your right foot has the outer edge down. The arms are straight. If you're more advanced, put your hands together and let the head go back. Take one more breath. Good. Hands come to the mat. Step back. Don't drag your foot. Use your belly straight. Lower. Inhale up. Exhale back. Let's take your right foot forward for warrior one. Hold your pose. Right knee bending 90. Chest is squared forward. Arms are straight. Back leg straight. Outer edge of back foot firmly down. More advanced. Hands together. Head back. Beautiful. Hands to the mat. Step back. Lower. Flow. Inhale and exhale. Holding your down dog for 2 breaths. Now use your down dog to align, to reconnect with the breath, and to rest. Look up, step or jump, exhale, fold in, bend your knees. Let's sit down in that imaginary chair. Shoot it up, exhale, bow forward, look up halfway, bring it on back. Inhale for upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. As soon as you're up, bring it back down. From down dog, do your right side. Warrior one, bring it back down. And then we'll meet in down dog. So the warm-up is usually the hardest part of the Power 1 class. Just have a good sense of humor. Look up, step or jump, and fold in, and then bend your knees. And we're gonna sit down into the chair. Shoot it up, and then bow forward. Look up halfway. Come on back. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot is up for warrior two. So your chest faces the long mirrored wall. Arms are extended at shoulder height. Outer edge of right foot is down. Right foot's turned in 30 degrees, make sure. Left knee is stacked over left ankle. Torso is in the center line. Inner thighs are pressing apart. Flip the left palm and reach it back. Put your right hand on your hip or your thigh or your calf, but just not on your knee. And reach back and stretch through the side body. And breathe into the side body. Now tilt over to the left, reaching towards the short front mirrored wall. Put your left hand down to the mat and bring the right arm over, coming into Parshvakonasana. Turn your waist and your chest and your shoulders and your neck. If you're back injured, pregnant, arm goes straight up. Shoulder injured, hand comes to hip. Now hands go to the mat. Belly strength, just step the foot back and lower. Curl it up. Press it back. Other side, right foot forward. Warrior two. Arms extended. Shoulder height. Right knee bending. 90 degrees. Make sure that right foot is directly forward. Left foot turned in slightly. Reverse it. Flip the right palm. Reach back. Inner upper thighs pressing apart. Lower belly in. Stretching through the side body, breathing deeply in between your ribs. On the exhale, slide to the right. Put the right hand down. Bring the left arm over or up, whatever you needed to do on the other side. Mirror and match your sides. Turn your waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Good, hands come to the mat. Step back, lower. Curl it up, press it back. Down dog, 3 breaths. I'm going to come around and check on your down dogs. So down dog, you want straight legs, parallel feet, fingers spread wide, heels descending. Low belly in, neck relaxed. If you pull your low belly in more, your neck will relax better. Your head gets a little bit nervous if you don't engage the body well. You want to fall on your head. Good, then look up. Step or jump, fold in, bend your knees and sit down into your imaginary chair. Push it up. On the exhale, bow. Look up halfway, come on back. Lower. Curl it up, press it back. Left foot up, warrior one, hold. Left knee bending 90. Outer edge of right foot down. Chest squared forward. Clasp your hands and interlace behind you. Put a strap or a towel if you can interlace comfortably. Hands are behind the back in the interlaced grip. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold to the inside of the leg. Back issues, pregnancies, even shoulder issues. Left side body can be on left thigh. Relax the head, but engage the low belly to help the head know that it can relax more. And we're going to take 2 more breaths here. Put some weight in your heels. Strengthen your upper arm from the shoulder through the elbow. Good. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, flow. Hands come down, lower. Curl it up, press it back. The right foot comes forward for warrior one, and we hold the pose. Chest is squared forward. Right knee bending 90. Clasping the hands in the opposite interlace behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Taking the torso either on the forward thigh or to the inside of the thigh. Breathe deeply into all those tight spots. Use a prop if you need it in between your hands. Try to relax your head better by engaging your body. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, take a vinyasa. Step back and low. Upward dogs, downward dogs. You can absolutely take a cleansing breath if you need it, in the nose, out the mouth. Look up and step or jump. Fold in, bend your knees. We're going to sit down in our imaginary chair. This is your last B. Shoot it up. Exhalation, bow. Look up. Come on back. Lower. Inhaling. Exhaling. Left foot up. Warrior one. As soon as you're up, bring it back down. Right side. Bring it back down. And then we're going to hold the downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Once you've made some subtle adjustments, then hold your pose. Find the stillness in the pose. The stillness in the body comes from relaxing in your mind. Let your body and your mind connect to the breath. Let them speak to one another. And start to understand the difference between just hearing something and understanding it logically and actually implementing it and feeling it and doing it. We have 2 more breaths here. Get a little stronger. Draw your belly into the bottom of your exhale. And then look up and step or jump. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees and sit down in your imaginary chair. Sit as low as you can. Squeeze your knees together. Loop your tail under. Come up and bring your hands to your heart. Beautiful. Good evening. Have some water. Alright, we're going to move into the rest of our practice. Tonight we're going to detox from Thanksgiving. Alright, so we'll do quite a bit of twisting. Those of you that have low back issues, one of the most important things is that when you twist, that you do not shift your low back. Okay? So if you were going to do a twisting chair, for example, one of the things that happens is there's a shift. Okay? You see how this seat's coming back and that one's going forward? This is why it's very important. I'll show you from the side. So when we go to twist the chair, let's say it's this way, most folks what they'll do is something like that. Okay? Where the seat comes forward and that knee falls back. And what happens is, now we've created a stress and a strain across the sacral area, and so it makes the low back ache worse. Get those knees glued together, lift the hips up off the waist, and rotate from the waist to take your twist. Try not to shift the hips either side either, but that's better than shifting the knees. Okay? That's a closed twist. An open twist is when we turn away from the body. So a closed twist, for instance, would be something like this, where we're coming across the body. Whatever stress you got today from the outside world, release it. We'll recycle the energy, okay? So don't worry, even if it was vile. Just bring it in and let it out, okay? You might have a lifetime of stuff that's been piling in there. You're afraid to let it go. Just let it go, okay? And we'll recycle. It's just energy. Don't be afraid of living your life. Come to the top of the mat. Let's get nice and super, super warm. We still have more warming up to do, but you had to have a break. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. And then breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale, raise your arms. And exhale, bow. Look up halfway and come up back. Inhaling and exhaling. Bring your feet toward each other. Lift up your left leg. Step it forward for Anjayanyasana. This is the crescent lunge. If you need to modify the pose, you can absolutely put your back knee down. Your left knee is bending at 90 degrees. Your chest is squared forward. You're on the ball of your back foot. If it's too hard to balance, put your knee down. Pull your low belly in. We're going to lean forward a little bit and take the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Hook that elbow right over the thigh. Make a fist with your right hand and palm it with your left. And turn and twist. Every time you feel like you're stuck, amp up your back leg, pull in your belly more, and lift the ribs up off the waist. Turn a little bit better. When you start to get to that point where you really want the pose to be over, you're going to take 2 more breaths. Let's take 2 more breaths. Turn a little more. Let's take 2 more breaths. Good. And then hands to the floor, step back and lower. Inhaling, good job. Exhaling, bring your feet side by side, take your right leg up, step it forward into the Anjayanyasana crescent lunge pose. Modify as necessary. Right knee bending 90 degrees, left leg straight, back knee can be down. And we're going to lean a little bit forward and take the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Put a fist with your left hand and palm it with your right. Press through your heels. Amp up your back leg. Pull your low belly in. Lift your ribs off your waist. Turning and twisting. If you slide your shoulder blades down, it will create more space in the front of your chest. We're going to take 2 more breaths. We're going to take 2 more breaths after that. Twist a little more. Go towards it instead of away from it. Yes. Good, and change. Step back and lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming into downward facing dog. And notice the awareness that you have in your abdomen. Suck your low belly in better. Get your thighs back more. Take your left foot forward for triangle. Come directly into the pose. Left hand is behind left ankle, right arm is upward towards the sky. If you can't reach the floor comfortably, then you should have a block. And you put your block directly behind your left ankle. You're turning your waist and your chest. Strengthen both arms. still see your toes, your foot is not high enough. Go deeper. For 3, 2, feet side by side, fold in deeply, reach behind your legs, scoop up your heels into your palms, and fold in. Padahastasana. Suck in the low belly. Release your hands from your feet, look up halfway, come on back. Curl it up. Press it back, other side, right foot. Triangle. Straight legs. Shoulder blades like they're up on an imaginary wall. Both legs straight and strong. Head turning, looking up. If you have high blood pressure or it's hurting your neck to look up, just look at the orange wall, lining up the chin with the breastbone. If you used a block on the other side, you need to mirror and match this side, block on this side. Top hand to hip. Forward knee bending. Right hand forward, left leg up, hip height only, control. This is the half moon. Focus and concentrate. Working on your balance. And then hands go to the floor, the leg goes skyward. As you're walking your hands back, you cannot see your toes. Intensify how much you're engaging your thighs. Go deeper. And then step the feet side by side. And one more time, let's wrap those arms behind the legs. Scoop up your heels. Elbows coming toward each other, folding in. Suck your belly in. Release your hands from your feet. Look up halfway. Bring it back. Curl it up. Press it back. 2 breaths in down dog. Look up. Step or jump. And fold. Sit down in your imaginary chair. Now glue those knees side by side. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twisting. We take the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Notice how left knee wants to shift forward. Pull it back. Use your elbow in your thigh. Leverage and lift through your left side body. Turn your waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Hands to the mat. Toe heel the feet apart. Hip distance and parallel. Pace fingers around big toes. Bend the knees, lengthen the spine. Then bend the elbows, straighten the legs, fold in. Padangusthasana, holding the big toe pose. When the head is below the heart, you have a really nice opportunity to relax a little bit in your nervous system. Breathe into your low back. Breathe right into your kidney band. Release your hands, release from your big toes. Toe heel your feet so they come side by side. And bend your knees and sit down in your imaginary chair. Bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale and on the exhale twist. Taking the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Notice how right knee tries to come forward. Gently ease it back. Glue those knees together. Use the right arm in the left leg to help lengthen and leverage side body. Forward and twist. Take one more breath. Twist just a bit more. Beautiful. Hands to the floor. Toe, heel the feet apart. Grab a hold of the big toes or step on your palms. You have options. And then bend the elbows, straighten the legs. Sitting bones up. Hamstring rise. Breathe into the hamstrings, into the backs of your legs. Little weight toward the toes. These are the types of poses where you really work on alignment. That way when you do the more difficult poses, your alignment is better. And then releasing from here, taking your hands out from under the feet, or holding the toes, and toe heel the feet side by side. Bend the knees and sit right back down into your imaginary chair. Shoot it up, and on the exhale, bow. We're gonna look up and come back. Upward dogs, downward dogs. I'm gonna give my more advanced students the option to do a flip dog. Otherwise, you can just simply lift your leg up and drop the heel toward the opposite button. So let's bring your feet toward each other. And bring your left hand a little more center line. And lift the right leg up. And bend the right knee. And drop it over so the heel comes toward the left button. You can either stay there, or you can flip it all the way over into what is called flip dog or wild thing. You can take a cleansing breath if you need it. Good. And then inhale, exhale to come back into down dog. Put that foot down, but listen to the instruction. We're still going to stay with that right leg. So lift up the right leg skyward. Now take the knee across the body and to the outside of the top of your mat for fallen triangle. Open it up. Beautiful. Hands come down, leg comes back. Take a breath. Downward facing dog. And now we're going to do the other side. So we bring the feet a little toward each other. This time, let's take that right hand a little more center. Left leg comes up. Bend the knee and let the heel fall towards the opposite buttock. Those of you that are going to go into wild thing, flip that dog right on over. Breathing deeply. Go a little further. Amp it up. Get those legs stronger. Good. Exhalation brings you back in. Wonderful. Then inhale. Left leg rises. Bring it across the body. Bringing it into fallen triangle. Open it up. Strengthen the legs, strengthen the arms, open the chest. Good. Hand goes down, leg comes back. Vinyasa, lower. Inhale, exhale. For dolphin, lay the forearms down. Tuck the toes. Relax the head, but it's not on the floor. And then lift the seat. Walking toes towards nose, dolphin pose. Don't let your shoulders go forward, your elbows. You can see when you get up in there. dolphin. We're going to ecopod the dolphin more advanced. You're welcome to bring it up into the forearm balance, or if you're feeling fancy, you can take it into scorpion. All right, lift your seat up. Be careful, right there. Coming into dolphin ecopod, one leg up. You choose which one you want to lift first. And we're holding. When the leg goes up, you can use it to help press the other heel down. Those of you who are going to go all the way up, go all the way up. Get your upper back to engage if you're going all the way up. Draw those shoulder blades down. Put the leg that's up down. Lift the other leg up. Those of you in inversions, if you're up to it, try to go up with the other leg. Good, and then everybody down, child's pose. You're going to come onto your hands and knees, and we're going to go into a pose called Gomukhasana. Bring your left knee forward to the center of your mat and move the foot over to the right. So you have sort of like you would do for half pigeon, okay? And then tuck your right leg right behind your left. And from there, sit back. Take your feet wide so you can sit down onto the floor. And if you can't sit on the floor, your knees are coming unstacked, then you should put a block underneath your seat. I'll come around and help you. So that when you try to sit back, your knees come uncrossed, and you want to sit on a block. Lift up all the way. Yeah, perfect. Now put your hands behind you, square your hips. You might need to lift your seat up and get your sitting bones even. Good. And then you're going to bring the upper body forward. get your feet a little more active, it'll isolate the stretch in your piriformis, which you'll feel it more intensely, but it won't be all over the hips. It'll just be kind of in one spot, which is really preferable. Two more breaths. And then slowly unwind. And keep your bottom leg folded in and take your top leg and bring it up and over your shoulder. To the side you didn't do before. Hold the foot. Put the hand down. Straighten the leg. From the leg that's in the air. Good, float it back in. This time, just lie down on your back. Ha. Now we're gonna go into bridge, or if you prefer to do wheel, you can go up into your wheel. And so set it up. You turn your fingers toward your heels for wheel or bridge. You can keep your shoulders down and simply lift your hips. So you choose. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead up. Come down. Articulate upper, middle, lower back to the ground. Nice twist. All right, we're going to go up one more time. Something that's important. You want to move in a way, like I was saying at the beginning of the class, that's beneficial to you. Don't just come up because I say come up. Come up on your breath. Be timely and considerate. Turn your fingers toward your heels unless you're doing bridge again, which is fine. Everybody takes an inhalation to the chest, nice and deep. When you exhale, come up. Nice, Peter, beautiful pose. If you find that you're stuck a little bit in your lower back in the wheel, bend your knees, bend your elbows, take a deep inhale to chest. And as you exhale, move your tail under and move your chest toward the parking lot. Lift more. Good. Fantastic. And lower down. Feet together, knees open. Supta Baddha Konasana. Rest. Cleansing breaths are good. We're going to go upside down, so use your hands to close your knees. And then you can either roll to the side or you can rock and roll yourself up. You're going to go upside down for 2 minutes. Okay, your options for upside down poses. You can put a block under your sacrum. You can stand on your head, your forearms, your hands, your shoulders. The level 1, headstand level 1 is holding onto the back of the head. Elbows on the floor. Shoulders down. Block under sacrum. Legs up. Those are all level 1. That's what this class is. Those of you who want to take level 2, forearm balance, handstand, Shirsasana, headstand 2, like that. Okay? So go ahead up. Just any wall. Could you get your legs up, especially because we did a lot of this. You can use the sections of the wall in between the mirrors. When your shoulders down, don't turn your head. Slowly make your way down and rest for 4 breaths. And slowly unwind. And we're going to come up, turn around, and lie on our back for happy baby. Feet are towards the parking lot. Head is towards the short front mirrored wall. Reach, hold your feet inside, outside, or dive through the legs, more advanced. Rocking east and west. Good, find stillness. Give yourself a good squeeze. And then place the feet down. We're going to pick up the hips and move them over to the left. Pull the knees into the chest, put your arms like a goalpost, and then drop your knees over to the right. You're fine. Lift your top leg, followed by your bottom. Pick up your hips, move them over to the right. Pull your knees in, drop them left. Lift your top leg, followed by your bottom. Bring it center. Shavasana. Extend your legs long. Bring your arms down by your sides. Turn your palms over so they face up. Let your belly rise and fall. Natural rest. And something interesting happens, especially when we first start practicing yoga. We start to become aware of how we are, how we think. It's not that we didn't really know how we thought, we just didn't know we were supposed to think about how we thought. A lot of things just get assumed. There's a lot of sayings like, well, I'm doing my best. It's just the way I am. What you see is what you get. And those are excuses. You're exactly what you think you are. Now read you a little something.
Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Suffering follows an evil thought as the wheels of a cart follow the oxen that draw it. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Joy follows a pure thought like a shadow that never leaves. People forget that their lives will end soon. For those who remember, quarrels come to an end. And as a strong wind blows down a weak tree, Mara the tempter overwhelms weak people who, eating too much and working too little, are caught in the frantic pursuit of pleasure. As the strongest wind cannot shake a mountain, Mara the tempter cannot shake those who are self-disciplined and full of faith. Human beings have a beautiful gift. We can make choices. I thank you for allowing me to